Hi everyone, I'm Hope. This is Steve. Together we make Hope for Steve. We are coming to you from our bedroom because Steve has ALS, and sometimes when you have ALS, you don't want to get out of bed. And we still have a message to get to everyone, so we figured why not film from here today, right? So Steve and I met in April of 2011. It was kind of a instant connection, and we dated for a while, and then beginning of August of 2011 he began having some health problems. It turned out that he was diagnosed with ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, and with that diagnosis comes a 2 to 5 year prognosis. So when they told him the 2 to 5 years, he told me, you know, you don't have to stay with me. I know this is going to be hard. I mean, you know, 2 to 5 years, I'm going to deteriorate quickly. It's going to be a lot of work. You don't have to. And I looked at him like he was crazy, and he said, well, then, if you're going to stay, will you marry me? And I, of course, bawled like a baby and said, of course. And 2 months later, we quickly planned an amazing wedding in October 2011. We did it quickly so that Steve could still be able to walk down the aisle and dance, and it was just an incredible memory, something we like to watch video and relive it often. It was a great experience. And, since then, a lot has changed. ALS has slowly taken over his body. He got in a wheelchair in January of 2012, and then from there things started to progress. In February of 2013, we went ahead and got Steve his feeding tube, and we got him a diaphragm pacemaker, something to try to help sustain him a little longer. In June of this year, 2013, he ended up in the hospital with aspiration pneumonia, and he came out with a trach. He is no longer able to talk or eat, but he is still fighting, and we have come up with some great ways to communicate. I've learned to read his lips really well. I love you too. And it's a gift that I still have, that he is still able to communicate with me and still fighting. And he's incredibly strong. He just got out of the hospital again with another infection in his lungs, and is determined to continue to fight this and to continue to help spread awareness about ALS and, you know, continue to live our lives. One thing we have learned from ALS was to, you know, live your life. Do what you love. Do what you love and spend time with the ones you love. And we have really taken that to heart and kind of gone full speed ahead. Since he got diagnosed, we would travel, go to concerts, literally went from California to New York, everywhere in between, road trips. We made bucket lists. We have done everything that we can while he's able. We even are still planning stuff once he's recovered, so we're not done. Yes, and one of the coolest experiences we've got to have was in April of 2013 this year. We have been big fans of Michael Franti and Spearhead for a while now, and we kind of Twitter harassed them so that we could meet them at Wani, and Michael Franti was just sweet as can be and was like, sure, I'd love to meet you, got us set up to come backstage, and Steve and I were so excited to go to Wani. We even camped out one day. The rest of the days, it's kind of hard when you're in a power chair that can't get wet and it rained the whole time, but we rolled backstage about a half an hour before the show, not really knowing what to expect. We didn't even think we were going to get to see them before they went on stage, you know, thinking they were having to get ready. And first things that Michael Franti and Sarah just walked up to us and gave us big hugs, and we all kind of started crying. It was just an amazing moment of us mutually being in awe of one another. My. Oh. Sorry. Yeah, after we all started crying, hugging, and we spent that full half an hour sharing our story about how Steve and I met, about how I got diagnosed, how he proposed, our wedding, everything, right before they were about to go on stage. So it was really cool just to see how much they genuinely cared about us and our story and our experience and made us feel really cared about. So they let us come up on stage to watch the show, which was so exciting. We were so excited. It was such a cool experience. Steve and I kept looking at each other in awe, like, is this really happening? Oh my gosh. So, as we're up on stage, we had no idea what to expect. We were just having a blast. And then Michael Franti just was like, let's go ahead and bring Hope and Steve out and introduce them to the crowd, which, oh my gosh, was just such a magical moment walking out and receiving so much love from thousands of people that don't know us. Just making us feel so cared about and loved. It was just an incredible experience. And then hearing Michael tell our story to all those people, spreading awareness and, you know, sharing our story of loving each other through hard times, living life despite hard times, and it was an emotional experience. We both were just kind of taken for complete shock and, you know, broke down tears. And I think the thing is, I don't like to cry a whole lot. You can ask Steve. I always like grit it and bear it, and I looked out and I saw people in the crowd crying, and I just completely broke down because it was such a moving moment to have Michael care about us so much, and then to have so many people receive us and care about us so much. And it literally changed our lives. We have made so many wonderful contacts. We have so much support and love. We are surrounded by so much positivity and caring, so much positivity and care that it keeps us going. I mean, ALS is not an easy journal. ALS is not an easy journey, and if it wasn't for the love and support we receive, we would probably have a lot harder of a time. And, you know, that time on the stage is such a great memory. We got good videos and photography of it, and, you know, it's something we can relive a lot. And, you know, music has been such a huge part of Steve and I's life since he's gotten diagnosed, because, you know, it's one of those things where if you're in a certain mood and you listen to a song, it can help you bring you out of that. You know, if he gets down, I try everything in my power, but sometimes I'm not enough. So if I play him some songs, I'm going to make him happy. And our recent one is I'm Alive. Thank you to Michael Franti. It's a big one that gets Steve pumped up and keeps him going, because we are alive, and it's a blessing. It's a ridiculous blessing that I still have him, and that I'm still here, and that we have our lives. And so when we heard from Michael Franti and Sarah that they were going to be starting the Do It for the Love project, we were just so amazed at their generosity and how much they genuinely care about people, and especially when it comes to people with terminal illnesses like Steve. You can get given a diagnosis and handle it in two ways. You can either say, okay, I am already going to die, I might as well give up and let it happen quickly, or you can dig your heels in and fight it till the very end and soak up every last second you have and truly learn to appreciate every minute of life. And that's something Steve has done so well, and just to see how much the meeting of Michael Franti experience has changed his life and made him so happy, and to see the fact that they're going to do that for so many other people, it just warms my heart. I don't even know. It's been a really amazing thing that we are honored to know them. We are honored to call them friends. We're honored that Michael Franti and Sarah are our friends. I mean, it's crazy for us to say that, but we love them, and we love what they do for everybody else, and we're honored to, you know, be a part of this project, and we hope that it touches as many lives as it has touched ours. And keep living, keep loving, and keep rocking out. Love you. Sound good?